do such a job.
Guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be telling you guys about my labor and delivery story. I feel like a lot of women can relate to my story because, you know, dealing with preeclampsia was really hard for me. So I had 𝕵𝖒𝖏𝖏 at 37 weeks due to me having preeclampsia. So I didn't really get the chance to do the full 40 weeks of my pregnancy, which would have been February the 1st was his original due date. So I had to have him early. So that morning I had got up at 8 o'clock, head down over to Fayetteville, you know, to have my C-section. So they gave me the option to see if we could rotate 𝕵𝖒𝖏 so I could have natural birth. But I didn't want to do that because I just felt like that just wouldn't put more stress on my body and on myself. So I just told them, like, we can just do the C-section and get out the way so I can be able to hold my baby. So then I know people start coming in. My midwife, Allie, she is so sweet. She was telling me about preeclampsia, how my C-section would go, and how long it would take. Signed some paperwork, and some woman from donor, they was talking about, do you want to give away your placenta because it helps out people that have skin cancer, been in fires, and things like that. Like, it would help out with the skin from the placenta, which is weird. Like, I didn't really know that they use placenta to do these things for people. So I was happy to donate my placenta because I really wanted to keep it and making it to like vitamins and things like that. But when I heard the causes of what the placenta would help out, I was like, you guys can just donate my placenta to help somebody out. So after I got done dealing with those people, I was next door to a woman, you guys. Y'all want to hear this? So she was in labor and she thought that she was having a boy. Turned out sis only had a sis. Like, sis only had a daughter. And she was really under the, 𝕵𝖚𝖏𝖚𝖚. So she really did not know that she was having a girl. So when she woke up, she was looking for the baby. And her husband was like, babe, it's not a boy, it's a girl. That one came up with a lot of names. They had baby showers. So the boy was a little girl. So that was really crazy because I'm like, damn, didn't she say that? Her husband said that they had took the thing when they take it from your what's that shit called? The gender thing. The gender thing, y'all know what I'm talking about. Whatever that shit called. So you can test and see what the sex was. And the thing said that she was having a boy. And she found out that she was having a whole coochie. So after they got done with her, they brought me into the room to have the C-section. And they played some music. My doctor was Wilburn. She was asking me what type of music I like. I had told her I love Beyonce and stuff like that. So she had put on Beyonce for me to listen to. So anesthesia guy came in with the 𝕵𝖚𝖏𝖚𝖚 stuff. And they stuck me in the back. Like, to be honest, 𝕵𝖚𝖏𝖚𝖚𝖚 is not bad as what people make it seem like. Oh my gosh, it's bad, it hurts. Oh, you're gonna be crippled, stuff like that. And it didn't really hurt. It felt like a little bee stung, and that was it. And it probably took the man like 10 seconds because he did it really good. So I really didn't feel nothing. So after I got done with the 𝕵𝖚𝖏𝖚𝖚𝖚, they told my baby daddy, like, okay, you gotta leave. We'll call you when it's time, when the baby get here. So they had him to leave. They had me laying down. I was numb from up here all the way to down. Like, I didn't feel my legs. I didn't feel my heart. Like, I felt like my heart wasn't even there. Like, I was like, what the hell? Where my heart at? And shit like that. So I didn't feel my heart, but I felt it. I looked at the machine, it was beeping and stuff like that, but I didn't feel it. So I started panicking because I didn't feel my heart. I didn't feel nothing. So I just felt when the doctor had cut me and things like that, I felt her cut me open. And like they say, you feel pressure. So I was just feeling the pressure for her hands. And they was talking to me and things like that. And I was talking to the nurses in there. And it was really cool and funny up there. So I was like, I appreciate them, you know, being happy and things like happy. I'm not going to say things like that, but I am. And things like that. So they just make me feel calm and collective. So once they started pulling and tugging on my stomach, and getting Jameer out of my stomach, they called and his daddy and my baby daddy came in, and that's when they had Jameer out. And Jameer had like the fluid that came out from the water bag. What is that? No, the other shit for your stomach. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The bag.
The sack?
The sack. He had got some fluid from the sack and he had swallowed it. So they had took him to another side, and my baby daddy went over there with Jameer to make sure the baby was okay. But I was scared because I did not know what was going on with my baby, and they wasn't telling me. So they was like, Adrian, you had to be calm. We had to sew you up. So they was sewing me up and stuff, and they was like, well, we're going to take your baby to the NICU because he was having issues with his breathing. So after they took him up, I guess that's what they took him up to the place with the NICU. They sewed me up and things, and they put me back where I was at first. So me and my baby dad were just waiting and things like that to check, make sure Jameer was okay. So once they told us the baby was okay, they put Jameer in a room, and they took me into the room to finally see my baby. And that was like the most exciting moment of my life, to see him in my hand. And I seen that he looked like me. He was so cute and things like that. Why I keep saying things like that? He was so cute. His personality put me in line of my personality. So when I seen him and I laid my hands on him, I was like, I'm going to love this man forever. And we stayed in the hospital for 4 days. And they was like, okay, you can go home. But to be honest, you guys, my C-section really wasn't that bad. I just hated that after I had Jameer, the part that you got to pee. And if you don't pee, they're going to put a catheterization in you. Like, that's the main part I hated. So I did pee because I didn't want nothing stuck into me again, because I didn't like it when they put it inside me for my C-section. I still felt it, and it felt really weird. So after that, I used the restroom, so I didn't have to get that in me. But like I said, I stayed in for 4 days. They took real good care of Jameer because they were saying that he was getting yellow jaundice, so he had to stay just a little bit. That's why we stayed in the hospital to make sure that he was good with his yellow jaundice. And once we got cleared from the doctor that we can go, we left. And a couple of weeks later, my blood pressure was like 160 over 190. I was so scared, you guys.
I hate to cut you off. Did you do your interview?
No, let me finish my story.
Sorry.
Damn. 190 over 160. I was so scared, you guys. I thought I was dying. Like, you really telling me that I'm gonna die? And I was looking at these numbers, like, I literally was crying to my mama. I was like, Mom, I don't want to leave my son. I don't want to go yet. And things. So I called my doctor, my OBGYN. They had after calls after 4:30 because that's when they closed. So I had called them, and the doctor told me just to go in and get checked. I went back in. I went to the doctor, to the hospital. They checked me out. My blood pressure was 180 over 190. So they kept me in there because I was crying because my baby daddy left with my baby. Because he didn't want to stay up there because he was talking about, oh, it's COVID and things like that. So I didn't have nobody up there with me at the moment because it was only one person that can come in the room. But he left, and once he left, my friend Ariel had called me, and she was like, what's wrong? And things like that. And I explained to her, and she was there for me to hear me out and things like and stuff. So I called my mom. Once I got the phone with Ariel, I called my mom, and I was like, can you come up to the hospital with me? And say, I got preeclampsia, my blood pressure is high, I'm real scared. Can you come up to the hospital with me? So she came up to the hospital with me, and they moved me into another room, and they gave me something to help out with preeclampsia, and it made me really sleepy and things like that. But I took it first time, and I went to sleep, and I was like, this medicine tried me like I ain't no bitch, like I'm like a real bitch. I ain't no bitch. So when I first had the drug, it made me go to sleep, but I don't like going to sleep because the drugs. I don't like going to sleep because the drugs put me to sleep. So the next day, my blood pressure was still high, like 150 over 110. So they wanted me to stay a little bit more because they was like, okay, it's still high. So they start giving me some more of that medicine that they gave me to help bring down my blood pressure. And they seen that it helped out, but once they took me out for it, my blood pressure kept going up. So they had me walking a lot. The nurses was there, was really sweet as well. It made sure that I got the best care and things. So after they seen like that medicine wasn't helping out, they put me on this blood pressure pill, and it helps out with my blood pressure, and it just kept the things, like it kept my blood pressure low. Because I would start seeing spots and things like that. I know with preeclampsia, your vision start messing up with you. Ooh. Your vision things start messing up. So I noticed that as well when I was in the hospital. I let them know. It was like, yeah, your blood pressure is high, so that's why you see like dots and spots in your eyes. You guys, I was so scared because I never experienced that. And I know, me looking at the news and looking at the things that happen to women with preeclampsia, it really scared me and things. So I just say, women that are pregnant, and if you are dealing with preeclampsia, have a blood pressure machine there so you can check your blood pressure, because you don't want it to get out of whack and then something happens to you and then be taken away from your child. Like, no mother want to leave their child unexpected. So if you see it being high and you catch it, call your doctor immediately. Don't just let it linger on and then something happens to you, and when it all could have been prevented. So that's why I would tell my new mothers, my mothers that are having babies again, don't let it go by. Get yourself checked out, because you have to be there for your child. And your child got to be here too as well, because it don't only affect you, it affects the baby. So just get yourself checked out. So after I got done with my preeclampsia moment, I've been doing good. And I got a little 𝕵𝖚𝖒𝖚, and that's his nickname. And I'm enjoying motherhood a lot. So just because you might be scared or nervous, I just tell you guys to be just positive and strong throughout your pregnancy. Even if you just by yourself, it's really a lot being a single mother. And if you are a teen mother and things like that, I'll just tell you just to be strong as well, because life is not easy and being a mother is not easy. Just don't give up. You keep fighting for your child, because at the end of the day, your child will need you and not nobody else. Nobody can love your child better than you can. So just don't take that for granted. If you have preeclampsia, just go get checked from your doctor, make sure everything is okay and things. So that is my labor and delivery story, you guys. I'm glad that I was able to tell you guys my story, and I hope this video is really helpful to the mothers out here. So please like and subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, like it as well. If you also deal with preeclampsia, please comment, because I would like to know you guys' story as well, because I know that it's hard and scary. So just comment below, because I want to be able to read you guys' comments as well about preeclampsia, and if y'all had to have your baby early and things like that. I just want to hear about it, because I know May is preeclampsia month, so I just want to acknowledge all my mothers that had to deal with preeclampsia. Love you guys. Bye.
Now I'm moving on.